Hi, it's Danielle from Fusion CPA. I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to talk through where we are right now. Honestly, time is ticking. It's the end of the third quarter, and it's time to ask yourself some tough questions. On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you that you'll achieve your operational and financial goals for this quarter? Well, if your answer was anything less than an 8, it's time for serious concern. Did you know that over 60% of businesses that fall behind in Q3 fail to meet their annual revenue targets? So missing Q3 goals doesn't just set you back. It creates an uphill battle for Q4. Who wants that? I don't, and I'm sure you don't either. So it's really thinking this through. Are you dreading your next leadership meeting? Are you avoiding that leadership meeting and keep pushing it back on the calendar a little bit to really avoid the conversation that we all need to have? Knowing that the goals that you set out to reach within your organization and that your company isn't going to hit those goals, because honestly, trying to steamroll into Q4 by trying to make up for lost time, you can experience higher stress levels and lower quality outputs. So essentially what that looks like for your organization is you start stressing your operations and sales team out to hit these goals and really clean up the misalignment that occurred last quarter. And so they're racing. They're not putting out their best work. They're just getting it out to get it out. So now the new clients that you're gaining this quarter, or the current clients that you've been servicing, or God forbid, the ones you just acquired, are going to start to feel the pinch that they're not as valuable as you made them out to be in the sales cycle. So rushing into that quarter 4 and making everything stressful for your team, honestly, it's going to compromise all the hard work you've done all year. And truly, no one likes that. I sure don't. I like a smooth, straightforward, nice quarter 4, one that has healthy competition, but not over capacity when it comes down to the stress levels that we're producing internally. One thing that I think about for folks that are challenged with this Q3 going into Q4 timeline is leadership team misalignment and how that could honestly be the culprit. Did you know that misaligned leadership teams can lead to 50% decrease in employee productivity? 50%. That's an insane ratio. That means essentially take 2 buckets. Half of everything you do, throw it in the throwaway bucket. And the other half, it's the good to go bucket. But remember what we talked about earlier. Even though your productivity might be half, is the quality of that productivity bringing you down even further? I mean, some of these metrics can really bring the needle forward in showing you that it doesn't just stay at the top of your organization when it comes down to frustration with missed goals and misalignment. It trickles down to your entire organization. So companies with misaligned leadership see about a 33% drop in employee engagement. What that can look like is a term called quiet quitting starting to rear its ugly head, and people that seem engaged not really being fully engaged. And it ultimately can lead to those people just shipping themselves out, or folks just quitting on you with no answers, no questions, just up and leaving. And these are people that you've spent time cultivating. You've put your time and energy and effort into bringing them into the fold, getting them up to speed, really pouring into them and making sure that they're not just robot employees, but they're holistic individuals. That pain of losing that high quality individual, or seeing one of your top performers, one of your A players, slide down to someone you have to start worrying about, never fun, especially going into Q4. Honestly, some of this stuff tends to trickle out into Q1 and Q2 of the next year. So not only could you end this quarter and next quarter in a deficit, you can also start next year losing some of your A players. Without realizing it, we said, you could be wasting precious time, energy, and resources And honestly, after the last couple of years we've all had, you don't have time to waste. We certainly don't have energy or resources to waste. We have to hit it hard and we have to hit it correctly moving forward to maximize our businesses. And so inefficient processes can drain up to about 30% of your company's revenue each year. But it doesn't have to be this way. Here at Fusion, we do support our clients with business advisory services. So what this service entails is really looking at the business holistically, doing an organizational checkup to see how are you performing within the business? How is your team performing? Do you have goals in place? Are they realistic goals? Do you have alignment from your visionary to your integrator and the rest of your department leaders? And what does that look like? Is everyone being held accountable for all of their action items, their outputs, their inputs, their thoughts? Are issues being brought up? Or oftentimes, are you seeing that issues that truly could have been resolved at a meeting prior to are being sat on your table at the quarterly meeting as explanation for why you haven't hit your goals? As a visionary or an organizational leader, you rely on your team to be sharp, operating at their best, and snuffing out those issues like a hound dog. You want to know that you've got the best people to pull your attention where it should be when you are not working on the business. When it's time to step and work inside of the business, you know that your attention is being pulled in the right directions, you're focused, you're laser sharp on the issues that need your attention, and your team has the ability to handle and resolve issues that honestly, they're very well capable of managing. If that doesn't sound like what's happening within your organization, it's time to connect. I want to have a call with you. I want to spend some time going through your brain. Tell me where your head's at. Tell me where your gaps are in your ecosystem. And tell me about what you would love your organization to look and feel and operate like. So let's get to the next level together. Look forward to connecting. Talk soon. Bye-bye.